He is the master of my life. He washes over me with light, serenity, a holy peace. He shows his love is free and wide. He is the master of my life. Become my strength. He carries me beneath his wing, from glory to the deepest pain. I dance beside him in the rain. His goodness has become my strength. It's because of him I stand. He is making all things new. Precious flower in his hand. There is nothing he can do. It's because of him I stand. He has chosen me. I have chosen him. Let there be now then, nothing in between, nothing in between.
Honestly, I'm running a bit wild. Be brave. We don't need far too much. Just stay brave. Beside me, happy days. Running on the open fields. Yeah. And I believe you when you say that this is never gonna change. Say, would you like to spend your days with me or be brave? We don't need far too much, just stay brave. Here beside me, happy days, running on the open fields. We'll
Baby, it's oh so cruel, but you won't ever be alone. I can get a little angry, be a little dangerous. No matter what, I do it all again for us. I can be the one who breaks you, be the one who builds you up. You'd be surprised how many lines I cross, how many lines I cross for love. I can make your tower fall, every brick and every wall, all of your defenses gone. At the end, just holding on. Baby, it's what I do. Baby, it's all so cruel, but you won't ever be